Welcome back to another devlog. It's been a little over a month since the last time, so let's go through what's happened and what will hold in the future. So what have happened since the last devlog? A lot and nothing, to put it simply. I basically had to rewrite a lot of my code and structure to be more accessible and to be more ease of use in the further development. I had a lot of quick fixes and script that was not good written, so I took this time to fix that all, and it took me a whole month to fix it all. But now the code is much easier to read and use, and so I'm happy with it. I also bought more assets, so as UI, because I'm not a great artist, as you might see with the old UI that you have been using, and compared to the new one, I think it looks way better. And I also fixed some more music assets and the sound effects, so I will slowly put that in as well, so hopefully it will be more like a bit better to play. So over to the game test. In my opinion, it was an okay release of the pre-alpha game test. I didn't have much big of an expectation because I didn't market it as much, but I did send out to different channels that I thought might spark an interest in people to try it out. And I also did some tweets hoping it would be seen by few, and I got some likes and retweets that I'm grateful over. So when it comes to numbers, views and feedback I got, on this day of recording we managed to get 22 views and 3 downloads from my itch.io page, which is still up if you want to try it out. I also sent the copy of the game to my friends, which I got feedback from as well, but I will not include them into the statistics because I want to see how big of an audience I have reached and how it's gonna grow over time. And so all the feedback I got a few bullet point lists that is very helpful, but I'll not rabble them all here, but I will mention them as common ones and I will discuss them openly here, and I want you guys to know that I am reading them and I am taking that criticism taking it in, and I'm also resolving it and fixing them because I want to make a good game for you guys. So let's start with the first one. The first most one was the mouse cursor. In the pre-alpha I used to have the normal default mouse cursor, and I got notice of a lot of you guys that you lost your mouse cursor because it blends in, it's so small, and with that I say that's fixed. I have created a new mouse indicator, and also that will change depending on what you're hovering over. So if you're hovering over anything else except the enemies at the moment, it will have this normal big triangle pointer, but if you hover over the enemies it will change over to a sword indicator that you can attack it. So that's now been fixed, and I will do some more tweaking on it in the future. Then we go to the second main feedback I got, and that was the main attack. This is all upon me, and for further game test and notice for myself is to never include how to play text file outside the game. And mostly because most people will miss it, or they will never read it, and then start playing and they have a hard time figuring out how to play. And this was for the main fireball attack. So how would this be resolved in the future? Well, that would be resolved when I implement the tutorial level, telling how to play the game and how all the mechanics is used. But I also made sure when you hover over the enemies, the icon will change to the sword icon, as I mentioned before, and when you press the enemies, then you will do the fireball attack. But I need to convey that you can press in the swift button and then press the left click to do your main fireball attack when you're playing the wizard. And then we go to the third feedback I got, and that was more of an interaction or observing feedback, and that was interaction with the towers. And so when I let my friend play, I didn't tell them how to play, just letting them figure things out, that they missed out to interact with the towers. They was able to build them, but they never interact with them afterwards. But when they did figure it out, it was hard at first glance from them to know which one they were interacting with, because they were clumping the towers together, and they were like, okay, which one are they interacting with? So I have to fix that, and that will be resolved in the tutorial level that you can interact, but also when it comes to the interaction itself, I will have to include more visual and text telling you are interacting with this tower and highlighting it. So that will be resolved in a further build of the game. And then we go to the fourth and final feedback I got, and that's the sound and music. So this, I would say, this will always be a work in progress until the game is done. I got some new sounds and sound effects, as I mentioned before, I have bought, and I hope you guys will like it. I'm gonna play some of the tracks now, and hopefully you will like it. And excluding all the common ones, which comes to bugs and stuff that I noticed and saw and you guys mentioned, I have addressed them, documented them, and they will be resolved. And to that I want to say thank you all for taking your time and playing this first pre-alpha gameplay test. Very happy and very much appreciate all the criticism and feedback I got from all of you. I'm very happy. Thank you. And now for the future. There's still a lot to be done, and I made a roadmap of sorts to plan everything out and what I need to focus on next. And first of them is AI. It's still a bit clunky, they're buggy, and sometimes they use break. So that needs to be fixed. I also need to import more of my weapon models and swap them out from the temporary one that are used, for example the dagger and the spear that the enemies are using. So they're gonna need to be swapped out to be more pretty and more awesome. You also might have noticed I never mentioned the game name, and that's because I need to come up with a new one. And to that I still have not come up with anything, but hopefully soon. But for now I'm still gonna refer this game as Heroes Age. And then when it comes to the gameplay, you guys used to have played the wave survival mode, which is quite a normal tower defense game mode, but I want to come up with a new one, and that is what I call Wave Destroyer. And how does that work? To simplify it, it would be that you, as normal, you build up a defense, but between the waves you have a gap that you need to rush out and try to destroy the spawning portals, but it won't be easy because they're going to be defended, of course. So you have to build up a defense, and then you have to, when the waves are in a temporarily stale mode, you have to rush out and try to destroy the spawning portals. And the way you win is that you have to destroy all the portals. So that's hopefully you guys will be able to try that out in the future, or you will, but hopefully that will be done to the next game devlog, and I can show it how that works. So that's it. I hope you liked this devlog, and I hope you liked what you have seen and heard today. Please hit the like button if you like this devlog, or hit the dislike if you don't. And please also press the subscribe button below to get notice when the next devlog is gonna be released with all its goodies and all. With that said, my name has been Gordox or Anton, and this is devlog number 2 of Heroes Age.